I'm Anne. I'm the VP of Operations here at meshcloud, and I look after our customer success team, HR, finance, procurement, information security. So I do everything to keep us here at meshcloud and our clients safe, happy, profitable, but what is really most important to me, efficient.
Then let's start with the first question.
Okay, the people have asked, how can the platform team balance the need for innovation with cost efficiency in their team investments? Okay, so we've got 2 points here, innovation and investment constraints, right? We can't spend endless amounts of money. Unfortunately, we all wish to do that, but we're all in the same boat here. So my number one suggestion is identify the areas where you really see value and the need for innovation, and then cut out small projects, find proofs of concept to then understand where a certain innovation could help your team further, right? So you want to test things out before you fully roll out a solution. And this is where you can, with small budgets, really figure out what basket to put your eggs in, right? How do you assess the financial risk of adopting new cloud or platform tech? Okay, I think we have already a quite good grasp on understanding where our problems are, documenting what needs we have, what these pain points are, and then understanding how cloud or platform tech could solve these problems, right? So the whole process from identifying what the problem is, what the solution could look like, and what then the right solution is. So who's my preferred supplier? I think that's a process that a procurement team is already quite good at, right? So what we see is people have process set up for that. Where we still see a lot of risk is the adoption part. So this is where people really, really underestimate how much effort it is to adopt a new tool in a company. And this is where a nice concept is usually helpful, and that's the organizational capacity for change. And it's a bit of a fake concept or description in general, but essentially it's about understanding how much change can happen in your organization. How ready are your people, your leadership team, your employees, your processes, everything that's happening in your organization, how many other projects are going on, how ready are people for change? And this is where you can't just give your team a bit of documentation and leave them alone with it. This is where you need to really dive deep into where are they now, where do you need to get your team to, how do they need to use this new tool, and help them with that adoption and help them with using the tool every day, and really making full use of what you bought, because only then the risk is minimized, right? When you really make sure you use the tools and all of the functionality that is offered to you. Okay. And the question is, how can my team use AI in a more effective way? Okay, I really like AI questions because I think we're all still trying to figure out how to use AI in an effective way. And to me, the effectiveness of AI comes with the actual use case that you have. So my tip number one here is to not say, here's AI, let's see what we can do with it. It needs to be the other way around. We need to say, here's my problem. How can AI or any other tool, right, solution, solve this problem? And this is where I think the most effective way to use AI in your team is to help your team understand the capabilities of AI. So set aside a project where you have a set goal, right, where you define the problem and then try to solve that with AI. And this is where you as a leader, as someone in a team, you need to set aside time. We are all still training our AI muscle. right? We're also trying to get better at prompting ChatGPT and get better answers out of it. So help your team to make those experiences and share these experiences in your team, right? Do lunch and learns, do show and tells, share what you've learned, and help each other understand how others in your team are using AI for your specific use cases. So yeah, key for me here are the specific use cases and to not just try things out without any kind of goal attached to it. Okay, how can leadership support a cultural shift towards self-service and autonomy while keeping financial accountability in check? Okay, so we want our people to be self-served and autonomous, but still financially accountable, right? And I think the first thing that leaders need to realize is if I want my people to be autonomous and make their own decisions and do things by themselves, I need to be able to empower them. Okay, and that means I need to give them everything they need to be great at what they are doing. And this is where these guardrails and financial accountability comes in place, right? I need to build a space where I have processes, where I have policies, where I have budgets that people can follow, and then do all the great, more creative things that we hire them, right? So, and the phrase I really like using in this context is freedom in a framework, right? So I give somebody the space to do what they really enjoy doing, but I do it in a space where they can make mistakes and learn from them, but not spend, $1 million on cloud storage at the end of the day, right? What is the biggest financial challenge you see for cloud platforms in the next 5 years? Okay, usually when I look into the future, I try to also look a bit into the past. So I know all companies have had budget cuts over the last 5 years, right? We saw tighter and tighter budgets. I think in the next 5 years, we see a bit of relaxation in that space. I think people will get budgets again. However, this is not going to change overnight, right? So I think the challenge that people will have is to say no to AI. And I know this is not a popular statement that I'm making here, but at the moment, there's a really, really big hype around AI, and everybody thinks all problems can be solved with AI. And this is the only projects that get budget. However, not everything needs to be solved by AI. Not every problem needs an AI solution. Sometimes what is really enough is to automate things, right? Sometimes it's really enough to put processes in place, to centralize information, to organize the mess that you have, to get back to the basics and really implement a permanent solution for these workarounds that you've done, to bring one platform together, right? To do integration, to bring information together in one place. It doesn't always need to be the sexy AI. I know we all want the sexy AI, but sometimes the more practical solution is the better solution.